In this video, I'm gonna beat PVZ to Dark Ages without any mushrooms. I'll do everything to make my gameplay as hard as possible. It's forbidden for me to use any power-ups or premium plants, and I'm also unable to upgrade any of my plants. Now, let's begin our challenge. Enjoy! Night 1. The introduction. As a tradition of my channel, I decided to beat the very first day using only pea shooters as the attacking plant. Since the first night, I have already felt the lack of sun, because the sun that falls from the sky plays a significant role in building the defense right after starting the level. Anyway, with the deficit of it, we have successfully finished the stage. Night 2. It's primal time! Here I decided to test the primal sunflower, as it is the second and the last sun generator that is available for me. This level became a copy of the previous one, but in the primal style. Man, that was a cool level. 11 primal sunflowers out of 10 sunshrooms. Night 3. New night means a new strategy. I understood that the primal sunflower was overpowered for that stage of our adventure, so I came back to using a normal one. Also, it was a great opportunity to try out one of my favorite combos, Bloomerang plus Kernel Pult. Man, I even managed to build 4 columns of it, and the hardest zombie that appeared on the level was the Buckethead. Night 4 was an amazing conveyor belt level. This is one of the most interesting nights of that stage, which reminds me of the wipe of the 5th day of the Frostbite Caves. Damn, cabbage pulls. Again, this is some kind of a Vietnam flashback for me. I spent more than an hour trying to beat that mess. It was just failure after failure. But once I have reached the final wave thinking that I made it, however, I failed it again. If only I had another plant food, I would successfully beat that level. After it, I have never come close to it, at least for a bit. If someone beat that level using only level 1 cabbage pult, please let me know in the comments below. Night 5. Now that isn't funny at all. The Jester zombie. This is the first level where we're stuck with him. He is gonna be a huge pain in our ass for the rest of the journey. New zombie means developing a new strategy to counter it. First things first, Primal Nut and Bong Choi. This gang will stop everyone around. Take that, jerk. On the second line, I built a column of snapdragons so none of the zombies could handle that pressure. Night 6. Finally, my favorite type of level. The last stand. It was a special last stand level cause I wasn't able to use any shrooms, so I had to create a new strategy to beat it. My choice was simple: lightning reeds plus snapdragons plus walnuts. At some points graveyards broke all the defense, yet it didn't stop me from successfully finishing the level. Night 7. Here comes the night zombie. While except for his appearance and using the same plants as on the previous levels, nothing special happened here though. Night 8. Survived the zombie attack with the given plants. They gave me no choice. On this level I had to use mushrooms, as I wouldn't be able to beat that level without them. Let's just skip it. Night 9. Survive while the evil potions boost zombies. I'm not a big fan of that type of level, yet it was really interesting to complete that level without the mushrooms. I don't know what would I do without the primal potato mine, because it's the main character of our today's challenge. The only way to stop the zombies from taking the evil potions was the punch power of the primal pea shooter. He did his job pretty well. Night 10 was another conveyor belt level which was unbeatable without the mushrooms. Let's just skip it again. Night 11. It's time for Zap. Lightning Reed is an amazing plant in case of countering the Jester and Wizard zombies, which are one of the most annoying enemies in the game. At that stage I was still using the regular sunflower instead of the primal one to make the gameplay even more interesting. However, the lack of shrooms feels pretty much here. The gameplay became harder in case of the permanent sun deficit at the beginning of the level. But not a single night can be compared with the next one, Night 12. Here I had to keep the buff shrooms alive for the whole level. Sounds easy, right? but in reality that level is a pure nightmare fuel. So I decided to beat it using the shadow plants. Everything was going fine until this. It lacked only a few seconds to use a plant food and save them all. You see, puff shrooms is a strange plant. At some attempts it made it right to the breaking of the graves, but on the other, it didn't even break half of the graves before disappearing. After around 15 attempts, I finally did it thanks to the magnifying glass, which saved the whole situation. The living time of the puff shroom is just a few seconds less than the living time of the graves under the air pressure, so it's really hard to match both of those scenes together. But the rest of the level was much easier. By using the shadow plants we have solved all the problems and killed all the zombies on the lawn. I can really recommend you to try it out on your own. That level is sick. Just try to find your own strategy for beating it. Night 13 was another conveyor belt level, which I tried to beat without using any mushrooms. It was a real challenge for me. I was able to use only peanuts and gravebusters, and that was way more than enough for me. If you think that the Jester zombie is the main problem here, you're wrong. It's honestly easy to sacrifice a few peanuts to him, which will stop the Jester for the rest of the level. The real problem here is a wizard zombie. On my 5th attempt I reached the final wave for the first time and understood that it's nearly impossible to beat that level because of the wizards. They broke all the defense, and by that time I have left without any lawnmowers. I guess it's pretty possible to beat it, but you have to spend at least a few hours to match the best circumstances to make it. If you manage to do it, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you. Night 14. Here we had to produce 5000 suns. On my first attempt I got the right combo of plants, but I totally forgot about the sun production, so I had to replay it. On my second attempt I used the sun bean a few times. Killing the night zombies with the sun bean under the plant food is one of the most enjoyable things in the game, and it also gives you around 600 suns, which is truly amazing. I had a lot of fun while beating it. Night 15. Finally, my favorite type of level, the last stand. I didn't create anything new as my plant list is reduced because of the Jester. Before reaching the final wave I didn't even lose any of my plants, but after it I lost every single lawnmower and the rest of the plants were turned into ships. Well, now I have a lawn full of ships. Night 16. Here we're stuck with another problem, the zombie king. He gives those freaking helmets to all the zombies, and the only way for me to kill him is by using the cherry bomb or primal potato mine. Anyway, we did it. The level was successfully completed. Night 17. Survive while evil potions boost zombies. Oh hell no man, they put every single zombie on that level. That's not good. I wanted to try out something new for that level, probably even try to make my gameplay harder. For that purpose, I decided to choose Fat Beat. That is the best option for it. Won't lie, that was hard, as it isn't the best plant in the game. Yet, all the zombies were successfully destroyed, probably because of the cherry bombs and primal potato mine. Who knows? Night 18. Survive the zombie attack with the given plants. They gave me no choice. I had to use shrooms. Let's forget about that mess. Night 19. Damn, that is the most interesting level of the Dark Ages. Here we had to protect the magnet shrooms. Honestly, I thought that it would be as hard as Night 12, where we had to protect the puff shrooms. But to my surprise, everything was going smoothly. Yeah, I had to lose a lawnmower to fit with my budget, but nevertheless, I managed to stop the horde by using the primal walnut and snapdragon. Yet, most of the work was done by the cherry bomb and primal potato mine. Night 20. Finally, fight with the Dr. Zambas, which is obviously unbeatable without using any mushrooms. However, while beating the final night, I wanna say a few words about that challenge. The idea itself is great because you are open to act as you want to and find out new strategies to beat the same old world. It could be even harder without using any exploding plants. I believe it would be probably unreal to beat that world without them. Yet, that was a great experience. I really enjoyed beating the Dark Ages without any mushrooms.